Hi, food friends. Welcome to Cavalcade of Food. I'm Kevin.
Hey there, I'm Ralph behind the camera.
And we're making soup today.
Oh, really? What kind?
Yes, we are making roasted pepper soup. Roasted, in this case, orange pepper soup.
Or red.
Or red. But these are really, you found these at the fruit market.
Yes, that was one of those great deals I couldn't pass up where I
buy like a whole case
a whole case for $3.99, and now we're finding good uses for them.
Yeah.
I can just eat them like that, just
raw. They're delicious how they are, but
full of vitamin C, all kinds of vitamins. But they're really delicious.
They even get sweeter when they get roasted. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roast these. I've got a cast iron little
skillet.
Yeah, it's kind of got it's like a grill pan. See, it's got little grill marks on there. I'm going to see if I can get a half a dozen on here. I think I can.
You can get a lot
more. We don't want to overcrowd. But
I do. When I'm slow roasting peppers for my salsa or my slow roasted red pepper hummus, I put as many as I can fit on there.
Okay.
It's really just about getting them, put them at a very low heat for a long time, and just keeping an eye on them and turning them and getting them, almost blistering. A little bit of a singe on it. I don't know what they call it.
Char. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast about I don't know, maybe a dozen of these or so, and then we'll have our peppers roasted.
So that's step one for slow roasted red pepper, sweet pepper soup.
That's right. So here we go. Look at these beauties, Ralph. Aren't that nice? So we have, you can see they're soft. You can see how the skin kind of starts to separate from the body of the pepper. That's from the roasting.
Yeah, it's important to, like we said before, put it on a very low heat, lowest heat, and let them just kind of start to blister on each side, and turn them, occasionally, and just keep checking on them and turning them. And if they get a little charred, that's fine. But basically, you're slow roasting them. So that's it. That's the whole idea behind it.
And we got about 18, 20?
I added some when you weren't looking.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna put these aside. The peppers are done, and then we'll come back and start on the rest of our roasted red pepper soup.
Sounds good.
So yesterday we did this in advance. Yesterday you saw us. Remember, Ralph? We were
roasting the peppers.
Yep, got them nice and roasted. So we've got about 20 or so. And some of them are pretty small. What I'm doing now is just taking the seeds out. I'm not worried about getting every one. And I'm also taking off
some of
the kind of the outer skin, which can be a little bitter, but some people leave it on. But really all you have to do is just cut the top off the pepper like this. Take your knife, and I just slide it. Open the pepper up sideways, and you can scrape that out.
Cleaning a fish.
That's right. And then once the peppers have cooled, that just peels off very, very easily.
So you have a pile of the ones that you've prepared, and you're going to just finish up these.
These are like fillets. You're right. It is kind of like doing a fish.
Okay.
But you see how it just comes off easily. Seeds out, skin off, and then we go on.
So that's the next step of preparation for the roasted red pepper, sweet pepper soup.
That's right. So we'll be back with the other ingredients, but I just wanted to share kind of how we get the peppers nice and clean. So here's 3 tablespoons of butter, just melted up, okay?
Okay.
Now I've got 1 onion, large onion, and 2 cloves of garlic minced. We're going to put it in the butter here, and we're going to cook them. See, automatically you get that fragrance.
That great smell. So that just sort of reduces it, or what do you call it?
Just to soften.
Saute it.
Yeah, saute it. We're not going to cook these, till they're brown or anything like that. We just want them softened, and we want the heat to bring out kind of the oils from the onion and
release those flavors.
Exactly. That smells great right there.
Does. That's a real traditional kitchen smell.
I don't know why they don't make like scented candles, like
Because then people would be hungry all the time.
Onions and butter or bread baking or something.
I think they do have bread ones, but
Do they?
onions and butter would be a good aroma to infuse into a candle.
So we're just going to let these cook for another minute or so. Let me show you what else we got that we're going to go in the pot. And these are our peppers, those beautiful peppers that we kind of seeded, took the skins off, and then I just gave them a rough chop. Things aren't too finely chopped here because everything's going to end up going in the blender.
Oh,
okay, but I did cut them up. We've got some salt, pepper. This is vegetable stock, 2 cups. Now the only other thing we'll need is some half and half, but that's not till the end.
All right.
Okay. All right, I think this is good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our 2 cups of vegetable. So this is a stock. So this is a completely vegetarian or meatless dish. Okay, soup rather.
Veg friendly.
Now we're going to put in our peppers. Okay, and I'm going to put in a good pinch of pepper here, and then just a pinch of salt because the vegetable stock is on the salty side, so I'm not going to put too much more salt in. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, we're going to reduce it to a simmer, put the cover on it, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And that'll ensure that all the vegetables get nice and soft. Then we'll blend everything up, okay? So that's our next step. We're going to bring this back to a boil, take it down to a simmer, and we'll put a lid on the pot, let it simmer away.
Sounds good. We've got
we're on our way.
Xavier Cugat in the background for this delicious
we love him.
Pepper soup. Roasted red
Okay,
pepper soup.
take a look, Ralph.
So this has been simmering for about a half hour?
No, about 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes. It's just been covered, simmering. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, in a few batches, we're going to puree this in the blender. Now, the reason we're not putting this all in at once is because when you blend something hot, because of the steam, if you have too much in the blender, it could actually...
Yeah, don't you want to let it cool off a little bit too?
Well, it has cooled for about 5 minutes.
Oh, I see.
Okay, but you just need to be cautious.
So if you put too much, it could explode?
From the heat. So just kind of I just keep a towel.
So you just keep a towel on top and
Yep.
and a hazmat uniform.
All right, so we're going to move it to there.
Oh,
okay?
I see. So it's starting to get that soupy
exactly,
puree
that pureed consistency. That's just what you want. So I probably got another couple batches here. I'm just going to continue, and we'll come back when we're done pureeing up our vegetables with our stock.
And
okay?
then we'll also have to show there's a point where cream comes in too.
Yes, that's the next step.
Alrighty.
All right, be right back. So here is our pepper, onion, garlic,
butter,
vegetable stock puree. Okay?
Got it. Okay.
We're going to take a couple of cups of this, or just a couple of ladles, I guess. Put it over in this bowl.
Depends on how big your ladle is, if it's a cup. But yeah, I see you put a couple big spoonfuls. Add the, how much? Half and half?
1 cup of half and half. Okay?
So that's half cream, half milk?
Mm-hmm. And we just want to thin that out.
It sure smells good. It has that nice peppery smell.
What we'll do is we're going to take and return this to the pot.
Okay.
Okay. We want to make sure we get all that goodness back in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to take the mixture that we diluted and add that back in.
Okay.
Okay? I know it seems like an extra step, but getting the cream kind of mixed in with that smaller amount of soup makes sure too that it doesn't hit a really big kind of bowl of really hot soup, because we don't want the cream to curdle.
So it's important to slowly blend in the cream the way we did it, like one step at a time as you're processing it.
There we go.
So this is the final step, just to
That's
then
it.
reheat it and not make sure it doesn't boil.
Right, you don't want to boil it because of the cream again. So
Basically, you're just reheating it.
Yeah.
And mixing it up. How's it taste?
Oh my gosh, is that good? I'm gonna put a pinch of salt back in. Another pinch of salt.
Okay.
I went easy on the salt because of the vegetable stock, but I'm going to put just a little bit more.
So folks at home can vary the recipe with their own seasonings.
Exactly.
And, some people add basil. Or
yeah, you could put basil in here. Certainly, if you wanted to garnish with fresh parsley, that would be nice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Maybe what else would go with peppers? A little oregano or something?
Yeah. Any of those kinds of herbs would be beautiful. You could even put a dash of nutmeg in here. Would be really nice.
And if you wanted to get away from it being completely vegetarian, you could use a chicken broth instead of a vegetable.
Absolutely. So here we are. Okay, roasted red pepper vegetable soup. It has it has the sweetness of the pepper, and it's got a little bit of the smokiness of the roasting, and it's going to warm your heart when you eat it.
So if you ever find yourself with a surplus of red peppers like I did,
right, you get a good deal on a case of peppers.
This is something good you can do with them.
Okay, so we got soup. We had a lot of fun doing this one. We hope you did too, and we'll see you the next time.
Soup's on.
Bye.